When it comes to maximizing your kills on Vondel, it's important to understand that endgame is crucial. Now, my whole goal is just to help you get better, so today we're going to be breaking down 3 different high kill endgames that I had. First one here is going to be clutching with my team, second is going to be sort of clutching by myself, and the last one's probably the best one because it is a blender game. We go into endgame with no momentum, yet we're still able to clutch it up. Now, when we talk about Vondel endgames and why it's so good for kills, I mean, the first thing that we got to look at is lobby health here. Respawn is disabled. There are still 10 teams, 31 other enemies, medium-sized circle here, and plenty of opportunities for buybacks with multiple buy stations. That is why endgames are so good on Vondel, and they're chaotic, but they're a great opportunity to get kills. Right here, we're going to go ahead and try to pinch this. I'm basically a little bit scared of this shotgun still worried about pushing into those stairwells. My teammates are going to kind of stack this and push down. We're able to go ahead and easily get that kill. Now, when we talk about endgames, the best position that we can be in, and if you are subscribed, you know this, and we're going to talk about this throughout this entire video, in circle, with cover, then power position. We obviously got to be in circle, right? Don't get out of the habit of rotating in late unless you absolutely have to. We need to make sure that we have cover, easy shots right there with the M13, and then of course, if we can get high ground, if we can get power position, we want to take that. But cover is more important than high ground. Cover gives us a chance to fight. If we have cover, we can shoot people that are above us, we can rotate, we can do things, we can make moves. But if we can get power position, if we can get to that high ground, we absolutely do want to try to take that. And a lot of our decisions when the next circle happens are going to be based on that. You're actually going to see that in a second here. We can talk about in circle with cover, then power position, and why high ground is not the most important thing at times. Now, right here, we've pretty much kind of figured out that we've cleared this side of the map. We're pretty confident there's nobody else here. So we're going to go ahead and push these teams over here. You know, yes, we're going to go for kills, but also we're going to have to fight them eventually. Now, where do I fly to? I fly to high ground, right? Notice my teammates are down below over to my right side. The other thing that I will say for endgames is trust your high alert. If you're getting high alerted, break that line of sight. If you're not getting high alerted, trust that you're good to go and nobody's looking at you. And you're going to see us do that throughout this entire endgame. Right here, 15 kills. Notice how quick the lobby died out, but people are going to keep buying back here, which is how we really piece together a good endgame. What was I thinking here with this smoke? I was worried about this team over this way. So, you know, there's a team over here. I was hoping that I could smoke back behind me and potentially break that line of sight so I could fight these teams. But I ended up smoking for the people that we were fighting. So, not my brightest move, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's go ahead and quick play, and now we are going to challenge here knowing I have my teammates. Now, the other big thing that I will highlight here is, look, we almost died there, but look how much cash we have. Not even myself, but my teammates as well. I mean, we have 52 grand as a squad, which is going to give us a lot of flexibility when it comes to this endgame. Thankfully, we get a durable gas mask there, so we don't have to buy one. You do want to try to make sure that you have a durable and self-revive going into endgame, at least a durable. Self-revive isn't totally necessary, but make sure that you have a durable gas mask, even if you do have to buy it. I'm guilty of that myself. If you watch me on my live streams, you know that I'm trying to get better about that. Now, the other thing that we will talk about throughout this is going to be advanced UAVs. If you have cash, if you are flush with cash, you know, you bought back and everything, the advanced UAV gives us 60 seconds of knowing where everybody is. I mean, that's going to take us pretty close to, you know, complete endgame here of like towards where we're at end of 6 circle, you know, 7 circle, where we know that where everybody is. And that's just such a huge advantage. I know who I can challenge. I know where they're looking. I can see people that are flying in because it's live tracking, right? So look at this guy right here. See this guy? See the way this guy's moving? This one right here where my cursor is? That guy is not on the ground, right? You can clearly see that he's flying in. You can see multiple enemies flying in here. Now you're going to see us go ahead. We get it down right there. Don't over challenge this. We're just going to play our cover. By the way, I can see exactly what they're doing on the radar right here. You can literally see. Now, I am getting high alerted from everywhere from somebody above, which is what I was actually concerned about. Now, one teammate unfortunately goes down here, Mr. Santos. We still got this guy straight ahead. We're going to tag him. And as I turn the corner, we get a little over aggressive here. I kind of snapped to that guy that was on the bridge, and we do put ourselves in a little bit of a bad spot. Now, this is a tough position to be in. Thankfully, my teammates do kind of clutch up here. I'm going to put the pressure on. Really good live ping by my teammate. We're going to go ahead. Obviously, self-revives are important. That's why it's so important there. My one teammate has one. My other teammate does not. So we are going to go for the res here as Cherry is kind of looking over us. And he's going to clutch up with a guy to our right side here. Very clutch situations from my teammates. And I even said that in the game, like, hey, my teammates actually kind of clutched here. Now, what do you notice right here? As we get the kill, we get the next circle pole. Look at where this circle pole is. Circle pole is far. Now, we have durable gas mask, you know, and we're just going to try to rotate this a little bit early. We hear a bunch of shooting in the water, but the most important thing is making sure that we still have cover. We also have smokes for endgame, but right here, and when I talk about cover, understand one of the most important things is keeping everything in front of you, right? Limiting the ability to get shot in the back, limiting the ability to get shot in your side. So I know that this side, look at the mini map here. I know this side right here is cleared. We cleared that. We killed everybody over here. Now, everything is in front of me. It's in the water. It's over to my left side here, so I can basically see everything that is going on. The other thing that I will say for endgame, stay out of water. Like, I know sometimes you might have to make a play in water, but if you jump in the water during endgame, you're just asking to die. I'm going to be totally honest with you. That is wall bangable right there. By the way, we started with 13 kills, so we already are +6 here. We've already gotten 6 kills during this endgame. Now, when I talk about in circle with cover then power position, notice right here that, like, yeah, technically speaking, this guy is on high ground, but he does have to rotate here. So we're just going to go ahead and take him out. Notice I did get 2 kills right there. So now we're +8. And we know exactly where they are. Where are they? It's the same guys that we're fighting in the water here. So we're going to go ahead and work our way down. There's enemy number 1. We're going to trust our high alert. There's enemy number 2. That is a 23 kill game right there. And by the way, we went into endgame with only 13 kills. Let's go ahead and jump into situation number 2. Okay, so endgame number 2 here. This is one that I'm going to clutch a little bit more by myself. Now, the first thing that I want to highlight here, we are in quads. We got 12 kills, 9 other teams, 26 other enemies here, is that endgame begins when respawn disables. If respawn is active, this resurgence timer here, I can keep playing a little bit more aggressive, but once that respawn timer disables, we slow it down a little bit. And why is that? I'll tell you one of the biggest things that not a lot of people talk about, which is in Warzone 1, if you played Rebirth and Fortune's Keep, when respawn disabled, we still got minimap pings after a kill, but that's not the case in Warzone 2. In Warzone 2, once respawn disables, we don't get minimap pings anymore. So we've got to play smart. We really do have to play this like a battle royale endgame. Play our positioning, make smart decisions here. And by the way, just trusting high alert. I know there's a guy over to my left side here that I got to worry about, but I'm just trusting my high alert there. I'm going to take that guy out. Now, we are going to kind of work our way towards high ground here. I know top stadium is where I want to be, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate early. I know this guy is over to my left side or kind of, you know, over this direction here. I know he is, but if I can get to high ground, then I can just hold him out of circle, and he's a pretty free and easy kill. And that's something that I haven't mentioned yet, but again, if you are subscribed, you know I talk about this all the time. If we get in circle with cover then power position, our kills are very low risk, high reward. Low risk because we have high ground, we have cover, but high reward because we can kill people rotating in, we can shoot down on people who don't have cover. You know, all of those things allow us to get pretty easy kills. Now, when you do win high ground, right, when I win stadium here, I can't just assume that nobody's ever going to try to take it from me. I mean, I'm sitting here telling you guys to try to take power position and take high ground when you can. Don't just assume that it's free and that you have it throughout, because somebody could play durable and kind of push through gas. Somebody could take zip. Like, you never know what can happen. Sure enough, we've got this guy right here. So now I do have to worry about him. I've got to worry about this guy and find a way to make sure that I'm the only person that is up here. We're going to go ahead and play left side here. This kill's not easy, but we do drop down. We re-challenge here. We're finally able to get that kill. Notice there's 8 other teams here. We have multiple buy stations in zone. I've got 36 grand at this point. But this is where this gets a little bit tough, and I think it kind of depends on your skill level. I'm going to get a lot of flack in the comments here, but I'm not going to buy back. I'm not rotating down, and the reason is not because of my ego, okay? The reason is because, you know, I A, have confidence in myself, but B, there's a team over on that buy station, right? Just got high alerted. Why did I shoot right there? By the way, a lot of people are going to ask. I shot because there's people down below me. I want to bait them up. I want to bait them up and try to get them to push the ladder and maybe get another kill or two. Keep in mind, the moment you take out an enemy and get a full kill, that team has to make a decision about whether they're buying back or not. We just saw a buyback over here. We saw an enemy flying back in, so we are going to go ahead and rotate. Quick little bonus tip here, not just for endgame, but for any, at any point in time, live ping, right? The only reason I get this kill right here is because I'm easily able to track that guy because of the live ping. Now, once the live ping goes away, I'm just looking for the hit marker. There's the full kill right there. We're able to take him out. I know there's one more down below, but I know that there are multiple enemies down below me. There's this team across. There's people that are straight down below me in stadium that I've got to worry about. And look, I know that they're pinging. I get it because it really is a tough decision here. My teammate's going to full send it. He's going to go down and try to buy back, but I'll tell you this right now that he is going to end up dead here. Once again, we're just going to play our cover. And we do have a full durable gas mask. The one thing we don't have here is self-revive. So when we don't have self-revive, you just need to be really aware of that. If we do have self-revive, we can play a little bit more aggressive, right? We can overstretch a little bit to get a full kill so that then the pressure's on that team to figure out what they're going to do. With no self-revive, we can't do that. Look, he wants my cash. Go ahead and take it. There's the cash right there. Now, look, this is the problem. My teammate is now stuck low ground here. My teammate is now stuck down below, Karma down below here. And look, what's going to end up happening is my teammates are going to die here. And I told you that I kind of clutched this by myself. My teammates are going to die here trying to, yeah, there they go. Because they were so worried about buying the teammates back and being full strength that they kind of traded themselves out for a teammate. Just not a good play. Now, when we look at high ground, how many of you guys would have completely jumped off the roof here? How many of you guys would completely jumped off and said, hey, I've got to get low ground here and get into zone? I'm going to stick my head in this freaking corner. See this corner right here? I'm going to stick my head in there. And look at circle rotation here. Really good circle pull. I'm able to break that guy. Not quite able to get the kill. Let's go ahead and just stick our head in there. And that's all we need to be in to get into zone. One up top. You can shoot through that right there. So we're able to get the down. Now, he just flew back in, so I don't have to worry about getting that thirst. All right, I'm just going to leave him for now. High alerted to the right side. Let's go ahead and play it up. Now, we're in zone here. Look at this. Technically, if you were to look at this, in circle with cover, right? I've got cover. We just saw that I have cover right there. Then power position. The only person that technically has high ground here is this guy on me, but I doubt he has an angle to shoot me, and I can just hold him out. Can't quite get that down right there. That would have been a great down to get. And by the way, if you notice right here, my bigger issue is I no longer have AR ammo. Just because I wasn't able to really loot people, or maybe I missed some on the rooftop. I probably did. You guys are probably going to call me out on it. I no longer have AR ammo, which puts me in a very tough spot here. Can't quite get that. Now we're just going to have to play with the sub. Playing with the sub is okay here. I've just got to be smart about my challenges. One right here. By the way, what did we start at? We started at 13. We started at 13 or 12. I think we started at 12 maybe. I don't know. We're at 17 here. Now this is where we really start to focus on this end game. We're going to go ahead and challenge this guy with the sub. And look, that's not ideal range for the Lockman sub, but like we can get it down. We can still get it down at that range. It's just not as easy to get. And that's not where we want to be challenging people, but we can get that full kill. Now I know there's still one over there, which means it's a full team of 3 down below me. We're at 18 kills right here. This clutch is one of my best clutches that I've ever had, in my opinion. A little bit of AR ammo right here. We're able to go ahead and kill this guy for kill number 19. And just like this, we are in a 1v3 situation. Now we know where they are. There's one more thing that I really want to highlight this game right here, which is going to be this moment right there. Let's pause. This is the last circle, okay? 7th circle here is your final circle. Everything up until this point is going to move. So 5th circle pulls, 6th circle pulls, 7th circle is going to be your last one, which means it collapses, and now you've got to figure out a way to clutch. Right here, we're able to get that break. We're going to push around here. We are able to get that down and thirst. Now we're in a 1v2 situation. They know where I am, so I've got to assume that these guys are going to stack, and we've got to find a way to separate them. Now right here, I see both of them in front of me. Now I know that I'm in a bad spot. This play right here clutches this game for me. The immediate thought to throw a smoke. Now once the smoke is down, we're going to work all the way around here. We're going to work all the way around. Slight use of the gas mask there. We're going to quick reload. Now I'm going to re-engage this. I've got to re-engage this. I can't just wait, because if I just wait, the circle is just going to keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. When it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, what do? They're going to get closer and closer and closer together. So now we challenge around the corner. There's that enemy right there. Now I know his teammate is close. Why? Because what would you do if you were that teammate? You would immediately push over here. So we're going to push back in. We're going to go ahead, reload. I hear him to my left side here. And look, I'm going to challenge this. I am not going to wait for that guy. A little bit risky here. He had the shotgun, he had the dragon's breath, but we're just able to win that gunfight. And just like that, that is a 22 kill dub right there. Now, the last one here is a blender endgame, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So this last one here is probably my favorite clutch that we're going to be breaking down. One of my favorite clutches of all time, and here's why. First things first, we're playing quads here. My teammates left, besides our one guy drinking bulb here, who is AFK and is going to leave here in a second. We've got 11 kills, but this was a complete blender game. I mean, people camping loadouts, AFK teammates, shotguns, people camping in corners, like just a total blender game where I couldn't get momentum. But we are going to really clutch up this end game with a ton of kills. Respawn is disabled here. 12 other teams left. We are in this kind of like fire station zoo area. The other thing I do want to mention here is I do have a loadout Vel. We're going to circle back to this again here in a minute, but sometimes if you're in the blender mid game or going into end game with like no momentum, sometimes all it takes is one single kill to be able to grab somebody's loadout guns, at which point you have more confidence. As you get into better lobbies, more and more people run meta builds, and you're able to, be competitive and win gunfights. I want you to remember those kind of that Groot skin. There's multiple enemies in that room, so we've got to remember that. A lot of times you guys get caught where you forget information, you forget where people are rotating from, you forget kind of buildings that people are in, kind of put yourself in a bad spot. Now I am going to work my way back this way to try to see what I can find. Notice I don't over challenge it though. I just try to peek it, try to get it down there. Can't do anything, so we're just gonna go ahead and leave them for now. Kind of circle back to these enemies that are over this way. We hear a bunch of fighting, so after the precision, which we obviously need to make sure we don't get hit by, after the precision, let's go ahead and see if we can get a kill here. Let's go ahead and see what we can find, maybe people rotating in. Gotta be careful of teammates. I do play this a little bit aggressive here. And then what we're gonna do after we get the down and the thirst, we're gonna plate up, we're gonna reload, and then we're gonna trust our smokes. What you're gonna see is exactly what I told you about just 1 second ago. We're gonna throw the smoke grenade, and what you see here is now we have a loadout Kastov 762. Now, in this moment, I didn't see the Vaznev right there, but remember, I already have a loadout Vel, so at that point, it's just about preference, to be honest with you. Which one do you prefer? Now, as we push through this way, look at this door. See this little door right here? See how it's closed? This is just a little bit of an awareness thing that you can start to pay attention to. See how it opens? Well, what do you know? Somebody's down there. So we're going to go ahead and challenge this team. We obviously got to worry about back behind us. In this end game here, you're going to see a lot of in-circle with cover with no power position. Clean kill right there. Let's go ahead and challenge enemy number 2. And just like that, we're up to 14 kills. We started at 11. So just keep that in mind here. We're going to kind of work around, still trying to see what I can find here. Don't really have anything going. Besides, we are going to grab that self-revive, and then I do hear an enemy up above. So we are going to start to kind of work towards high ground, but the one thing you got to keep in mind is that people can play this rooftop, and there might be people who can sit above on the higher level. I'm not 100% sure if people can sit all the way up top here, at which point they would have a high ground, and I've got to be really careful. But for now, we're going to go ahead and challenge this enemy right here. He's going to jump off the backside. Now, unfortunately, I did not reload my Kastov 762, or else this guy is dead. But this is where in-circle with cover, then power position allows me to shoot down on that guy potentially. I drop down for one reason and one reason only. I hear bomb drone. I hear it flying around. I'm trying to shut doors, prevent it from that reinforcement flare, by the way, does nothing for me. It doesn't work as a self-revive, so it really does nothing. Ends up hitting me there, unfortunate, but we're going to just chill kind of here on this level for a second. Not too eager to get too much high ground yet. Still worried about people over to my right side and all the way around, and I know that I'm in circle with really good cover right here. I'm in circle with really good cover. Enemy flying in above. I hear some people above me, but just not in a great spot to challenge yet. Again, lost a little bit of confidence because of the blender. Remember those guys in there? Yep, and I did as well, which is why I kind of immediately backed out of there. Immediately backed out. Kevin Duransky goes down, and I'm just trying to bait the guy who downed him to push. Now, of course, he does. Not quite able to get that break or any down right there, so we've just got to back off. Now, let's talk about this. 8 other teams here. We're in a really bad spot. Trust your smokes. Watch what I do here. This is what's crazy. I see the guy straight ahead. There's a guy right here. See him right there? He has no aim assist and he can't live ping. So we're going to buy a self or a durable. We're going to buy a UAV. We're going to buy a precision. And I'm literally going to run right by this enemy. But with that, when it happens full speed, when you watch this happen full speed here, you're going to see how quick it happens and how the smoke doesn't really allow either one of us to shoot, nor do I want to shoot. I mean, I want to get to cover as quick as possible. We're going to throw the precision down. We're going to get in the building. We're going to expect him to kind of push straight into me, at which point I hear everybody around. I hear a bunch of people around me. So let's go ahead and keep the pressure on here. We get the down. We get the thirst. There's a wipe on that enemy. Now we are going to keep kind of playing this middle area here. We're not going to push back to high ground just yet. We're going to do a little bit of backpack management. Always do backpack management. But I hear a bunch of shooting. I'm just kind of going to chill here. I'm just going to chill. I'm not going to be too over aggressive just yet. Let's see what happens with this next circle. Now, this next circle is a great circle pull for me. I hear one down below. Keep the pressure on the Kevin Durant skin. Check for enemy number 2 or 3 or 4. And let's go ahead and push back up to the rooftop here in a second. I'm waiting for enemies, waiting for that precision. Now we're going to push back to the rooftop and really take my power position, knowing that circle is pulling towards me. Jump up top here. We're going to go ahead and be able to get that kill. By the way, we started at 11. We're up to 17 already. Still 3 other teams here. Now, the moment that I get this kill, you can't worry about this too much, right? How many of you guys just sit and it's like, what do you have? Do you have plates? Do you have ammo? What guns do you have? It's like, no, let's go capitalize and take advantage of people rotating in. Right? I know there's a bunch of people rotating in here. Once again, unfortunate that I didn't reload my cast off because I'm not going to be able to get that full kill right here. Can't quite get that full kill. We're going to trust our high alert. Now, we did buy back, and we're going to see buybacks here. Enemy flying in. Still trying to get it. We're going to re-challenge this guy. This is a little bit aggressive, but we win the gunfight. 18. Still a bunch of people down below me. Buy back again. And by the way, I'm listening for enemy flying in, and I'm listening for parachute pulls. There's the parachute pull, right? So we turn around, we break that guy. And I gotta defend my high ground here. One thing with high ground is, yes, once we have it, it's great. Always keep in mind that people are going to try to fly in on you. Because they're going to see you on the rooftop, and they're going to try to beat you on the pistol. They're going to try to land in and shoot you. They're going to try to time it perfectly so they pull the parachute. As they're dropping, they have the gun out, and they can shoot you and get the jump. So, like, gotta be really careful. One backside this way, potentially. There he is right there. We throw a knife for the break. There's the kill. More flying in above. We're going to have another guy flying in here in a second. Bunch of shooting down below me. So we've got in circle with cover, then power position. Puts me in a great spot to shoot down. Right? We've just got to keep winning this. We've got to keep holding on to this as much as possible. Now, this was almost disastrous. I almost fall off, which pretty much guarantees that I lose this. Thankfully, I mantle. We jump it, and we're able to kill the Kevin Durant skin. 21 kills, by the way. We're plus 10 since we started. 2 enemies down below right here. We see the movement. We've got 2 other teams, 5 other enemies right here. Final circle, by the way. So all of a sudden, this gets a little bit more dicey, and we're going to see that. This goes on. This is going to keep going here. We've got 42 grand, by the way. No way to spend it. But we've got 4 plates left. There's 2 plates right there. And I've still got to find a way to get a kill. Now, I don't even see this guy, which is part of the problem. I should have live pinged it, but I don't even see him. We hear this guy taking the ladder. Now we just wait for enemy number 2 with the throwing knife. He's not going to challenge. We're going to keep our high ground here. No reason to give it up just yet, and we've still got a full durable. Now, as I turn around, we see this guy pushing rooftop. When it comes down to it, guys, execution matters. You got to win your 1v1s. This guy's going to push. This is head glitch versus head glitch right here, and we're able to win it with a 7-6-2. We're in a basically 1v4 situation at this point. I don't know what the makeup is of the teams, so we're just going to keep playing our high ground for now. Getting a little bit nervous here because this is going to get dicey. There's a break right there, down thirsted, and we're in a 1v1v1. That is a big change right there in my favor, because instead of being in like a 1v3 situation or a 1v2, we're in a 1v1v1. 22 kills right here. Let's go ahead and see what we can find. I know they're still down below somewhere. This is getting really tough because the water is becoming more and more in play. There's less and less land to play cover-wise. We're able to get the down right there. Now, I can't quite able to get the thirst. That would have been a great thirst to have. Kind of forces me to drop down below. As I do, sure enough, there's this guy in the corner. So, can't really challenge that guy. In a really bad spot, he's going to get my full kill right there. 1v1 situation, I know exactly where he is. This is a little bit of a 500 IQ play. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm never going to be able to swim around here and then like jump out of the water, take my gas mask off, and fight him. So in a really bad position here, what we're gonna do is we are gonna make, this is map knowledge as well, we're gonna make the push all the way around. So I know where he is. I know he's in this little room right here. So we make the move all the way around. We center our crosshairs perfectly. There's the down and thirst right there. And there is the 24 kill dub. So guys, the key to end games on Vondel: in circle with cover, then power position. Put yourself in low risk, high reward situations to get kills. It's also going to allow you to clutch the dub. I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.